You all right?
Good evening, Mr. Black, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Been really, really busy, so...
Yeah, I'm glad you have been. All the stuff you've been up to just recently. You played the keyboards at 8 years old.
Yeah. When I was around 7, I'm a bit of a hyperactive kid, and a bit of the pots and pans, and just trying to make sounds and being silly, trying to get attention all the time. And then they kind of thought, well, we'll buy him something that'll make him sit down for a while, but I didn't take to it straight away. It took a while, and then once I realised that I could do it, then I got really interested. But quickly moved on to like guitar and things like that at 12-year-old, because my dad used to drag me into Status Quo concerts, kicking and screaming.
Oh, I love your dad. I used to go to those. My first concert was a Status Quo concert when I was 16.
Yeah, mine were.
What did you think? First concert?
I actually loved it. They were really good, and I wanted a guitar because I wanted to be like Francis Rossi when I was a kid.
Yeah. So you got a guitar at like 12 years old. I bet your mother loved you.
Yeah. They just bought me a cheap one at first because they didn't think I was going to stick to it. But after a while, I saved up some birthday and Christmas money, and I bought a Gibson SG because I got right into AC/DC at the time.
Oh, cool.
So, but when I started guitar, I was crap, so I had to sing along to make it sound interesting, and then after a while, started singing in key. So,
oh, I bet your mum really loved you.
Yeah.
And your first band was what, like 16?
Yeah, 16-year-old. We had a little covers band called The Frame, and we just played classic rock covers, and we started off with all sorts of things, anything that I could just about play and sing at the same time, because I played lead guitar and lead vocals, and we rehearsed in the drummer's grandma's spare bedroom, and we weren't very popular.
Oh, who cares?
She was deaf, but I don't know if that was our fault or not.
So the hairbrush in front of the mirror job, did you do that as well when you were a kid?
No, I've never really been one for that kind of thing. I probably spend more time in the mirror now than I did as a child. I'm a bit more image conscious now.
I won't ask you what you're wearing.
Oh, right now? No, I'm not wearing the things I was promised. Oh,
now tell them what you promised you were going to wear.
Oh, I think it was a gimp mask and pink spandex. No, but it's wash day today, so...
So, okay, you joined several bands, you played pubs and clubs and small local festivals and all over the stuff. You've done quite a bit, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
And then you got invited to audition for Serpentine. Yeah,
it's been really weird how it all linked up to eventually being in Serpentine. But
was that scary?
It was a bit of a shock at first, and then because there were a few people that they were talking about maybe doing the job, and some of these guys I'd heard of, and some of these guys I quite looked up to and things in certain ways. So there was a talk about approaching Kenny from Heat at one point, and I like the year before, done a tour with Heat just before Kenny left.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like the most amazing, new singer that's in the world right now, in my personal opinion. And then the fact that they asked me instead, I was like just overjoyed by it. So
how did they find out about you?
It was just link-ups from loads of different people. I mean, when I used to do the pubs and clubs and stuff, there was a guy in the band who was actually playing guitar for me on my solo album called John Hardman. Mm-hmm. And he got me to come along to a birthday party to sing some guest songs for Des Bailey from the Bailey Brothers. They used to be on MTV. And I met some more guys through that, just being there, and it linked up to being in a band with Zal Clemenson from the Alex Harvey band. But unfortunately, just before we were set to start doing shows and organising some tours and things like that, Zal retired. And then everything that was going to go ahead just dropped, and we never went any further with that. But because I'd spent like all summer with Zal writing songs, I was really, really keen to get them out there and let people hear them and stuff like that. So I put an original band together called Invisible Idols, just a 3-piece band where I play guitar and vocals, and that's when we played with Kenny from Heat. Eventually then we kind of like met up with a few other people, and I came across a lady called Sue Ashcroft.
Yeah, I know Sue, yeah.
Yep. And Sue's a good friend of mine now, and she's also one of the managers in Serpentine, and when they were looking for a vocalist, she put me forward for it, so that's the shortest way I can tell you, basically.
I mean, replacing Tony Mills is quite a big thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange, because everywhere we go and every time we play, the first thing they do is mention Tony Mills straight away. It's
a lot to live up to, isn't it, mate?
Oh, definitely, yeah. He's just got like the most amazing vocal range I've ever heard.
I mean, to be fair, I've heard you do a fantastic job. You really do.
Well, I do try.
How does it feel, though, that you're singing live and the album's got Tony Mills on? How does that feel? Does it feel odd?
Yeah, it's the most bizarre situation I've ever been in. But I was made aware of it before joining. They asked me a couple of questions. I did the audition, knocked out a few songs. It was really strange because you're kind of looking around at the guys to see if anyone's smiling or if they're frowning at anything you're doing, and then the next minute a couple of them like went out of the room with the manager, and then they just like called me out to have a chat for a couple of minutes, asked me a few questions, just the key questions on how would you feel if you were to replace a singer with such a good reputation and things like that. And then they were saying, well, how would you feel about if you were to join a band, and then 7 months later an album comes out with the previous singer on it, and I kind of just like thought, yeah, it'd be quite tough and things like that, but nothing that I wouldn't be ready for. So it was okay. It was a bit strange because obviously a lot of people I knew, friends and things like that, saying when's the Serpentine album coming out, and then when they hear it comes out, it's not got me on it. Yeah. So they were a bit confused by it, but there has been a lot of confusion. I mean, it's a brave thing to do. I think you've done it remarkably well, to be honest, Matt. And not a lot of people would do that. Yeah, it's but to be honest, I mean, now it's like the kind of now the album's out there. It's and people have seen us at some live shows, especially the festivals we played recently. So we played the Fire Fest, we played Rock Fest in Madrid, and then Heat Festival in Germany. And these a lot of people, some people didn't know if Tony was still in the band, so they it was a bit of a shock to them, and something, maybe a pleasant one, maybe it wasn't, I'm not sure, but there was a lot of people that was coming back with a lot of positive feedback, and I think now the Tony Mills chapter has closed in Serpentine. It's time for me to put my stamp on things. So you're going to be writing stuff for Serpentine then? Yeah, definitely. We've not started yet, but I've got some things that I've already been working on anyway, because I've got quite a lot of songs I've written over the years. But since joining Serpentine, I've come up with like new ideas that I know would suit the band, and there's things that I've reworked in songs I've already written that I can put into that kind of style. But I do want to kind of almost kind of like modernise it in a little way, just I know make what you mean. Appeal to the younger ones as well. There's a lot of stuff coming out now. It reminds me of the 80s stuff, but it's got a modern edge on it. Yeah, it's nice to be surrounded by creative musicians. I mean, Gareth Noon is a great keyboard player, and you sometimes if we'd take a break in a rehearsal, he'd just start tinkering away on the piano, and because he'd be playing something like a Journey song or a Toto song, and then suddenly start playing something else, and I'll say, what song's that? And he'll say, it's just something I made up, and it's like, really, really good. Same with guitarist Chris Gould. He's the riffs he comes up with is just great, but he's a great lead player as well, so he gets best of both worlds. That's how it all comes together, though, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to just working with a band of guys that want to write new music, and they, play a lot of live shows together, and get some new stuff out together. But I think it's going to be I reckon it's going to be very different to when Tony Mills was in the band, because I'm singing the songs in his style as the record, but my style is slightly different anyway when I'm writing and when I'm singing when I've sang in other shows and things like that. So I'm going to try and bring some of that to the table. So we'll see what happens with that.
Now, the solo album you're doing.
Well, yeah.
Why are you doing this as well then? Is it not a lot to do all at once?
I just love to keep busy.
Yeah, I can get at that.
Yeah, it's just really strange. It's like all the time since being 16, I've always been part of like many things at once. I've always gone for that kind of Jeff Scott Soto thing where he's got his fingers in many pies.
Oh, God, his history's amazing.
The thing was, like, when you're bringing out new original music, sometimes it's tough with the, funding it, and there's the money side of it, and sometimes you'll make a lot of money from it, sometimes you don't make very much back. When I do that, and I'll try and do shows with like Six of the Best, which is like a multi-tribute that I do.
Yeah.
We do that, and that's got guys from like 10 and Paradise Lost and stuff, and even those guys, they're playing in Six of the Best, and they're earning some money as well. It's just another project that you keep busy. You get to play some good rock songs to some good crowds, and you go on with money in your pocket. So that's the thing. I like to just do a bit of everything all the time. So because my musical taste just ranges from like everything from Eagles to Metallica and everything in between. So
classical.
Yeah, I like a bit of that as well.
I do occasionally. Different musicians, you pick up different things, you learn different ways and different sounds, and that's how you actually build something special.
Yeah, I think, well, when I first started playing guitar, I listen to things now that I would never have dreamt of listening to when I was 13.
Yeah, it would have been crap, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and there's things that I'm still discovering new music and things like that. I mean, the last 4 or 5 years, I've come across bands that I'd never even heard of, and they've been around for years. And now they're like, they're constantly on the iPod. They're in the car. I've got them on constantly because I just love them. But then it starts changing the way that you think about writing a song, because you've now got that influence as well. So you progress as a musician when you're listening to all these different kinds of music. So
it's just amazing. So when's the Dreamcatcher going to come out? Early next year?
Yeah, there's no set date yet. We've just going to finish off the last few songs. Hopefully, I'll get that finished before Christmas. And then it's just I've just got the album artwork back this week, and I'm really pleased with it. So
you've given me 2 tracks to play, 2 totally different tracks, I must say.
Yeah. There's a bit of variety on there. I mean, if things go ahead like quicker than expected, I might try and slot an extra track on there as well, because I've got so many that I want to put on there that they might just have to wait till the next one. So
just do a double CD. Why not?
Yeah, well, the next one, because I'll not be in such a mad rush to get it finished, I think there might be a lot more songs on the second one anyway, but this first one's just got, it opens with a song that I kind of class as a face melter, and then
which is called
Running in the Dark.
just running in the dark.
Fantastic track.
Oh, thank you. I've had a lot of input from the guys that's playing in the live band as well. We've so obviously I've written the stuff, I've put the music together, and got the vocals down. But the input that I've had from the guys that are playing in the live show is just absolutely amazing. They're like so creative, but they're very, very talented players as well. 'Cause, sometimes you get someone that can come up with some great ideas, but they can't execute them. These guys can just do it. They hit it in the nail straight on the head. But yeah, we come up with like all different kinds of styles, and we all like different kinds of music. And like I said, the last song on the album is just me and a piano. So
is it?
It's from one end of the scale to the other. So.
Oh. Okay, so the other track you sent me is "If You Love Me." That's a ballady track, sort of, isn't it?
Yeah, that's gone through so many changes.
Really?
It was a song that I wrote with Invisible Idols and did record with Invisible Idols, but we were more of a kind of classic rock stroke indie band, which is a very bizarre combination, but it seemed to catch the eye of your kind of older audience, but the young kids liked it as well. But it was never really a big enough sound for what I wanted, because it was a three-piece band and I wanted keyboards and I wanted kind of layered guitars. I wanted that kind of Def Leppard sound on there.
I know.
So,
yeah,
I got to a point where I was like, because obviously my range has improved vocally like every year since being like 13, 14, and I'm like nearly 26 now. The woman that I used to go to visit for like vocal coaching, she said that I'd like hit a peak at around 28 or 30, something like that. But yeah, I thought I'll change the key of the song and make it higher, and it just brought a whole new energy into it. And then I got together with John, who's playing in the live band, and we put some new guitar parts together, and it's just like it's just so different, but in my opinion so much better. So, but like I said, once again, it's just a sign of you improve and as you go along. So
and you can
it's all a learning curve. Yeah,
pick up old stuff you've written before and played before and just change it to fit the new influences you've got. I think that's pretty cool. How many songs do you write, would you say, in like a month?
Sometimes I not write a full song. It's like the If You Love Me, I wrote in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just a random idea. I was just driving home from, I think I was maybe working like a 9 to 5 for about 4 years ago, and I was just driving along and I just started humming something, and then I was like, damn, I've got to get home and put that down on us. We're going to record it some way and write this idea down before I forget it, because that's like the joy of having like things like iPhones and things like that. Now you can just record an idea there and then before you lose it, because I'm a bugger for that. I'll just get what I think is a great idea and then completely forget the day after. Yeah.
I have days like that, but I'm blonde. That's my excuse anyway. So who are these guys that are in the band with you that are going to be on the album? Anybody we know?
There's going to be some guest musicians and stuff as well. We've got some stuff there already, but I can't really tell you till early next year.
Surprise. We like surprises. We can cope with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's all I'm going to ask you right now, Matt. Let our listeners listen to your fantastic new song.
Cool, thank you very much.
And I'll get them to go on your webpage and pester you for more tracks and release dates, and we'll work from there.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Right, thank you very much.
I'll speak to you later, Matt, and thanks for your time ever so much. You're a darling.
Cheers then, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.